This segment brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. So, you gonna say we're back or what?
We're back.
We're back.
We're back. And we want to give a shout out today to Lecompton. Historic Lecompton, of course, is one of our sponsors. And there's always something great going on in Lecompton. And we really appreciate their supporting our show. And if you'd like to support our show too, you can just get in touch with us and or go to our website, find us on Facebook, whatever. Just let us know. We'd love to have you here too. There's one of our fans now. Yes, Ross Freeman.
We have an audience.
The proprietor of this establishment. See.
Yeah.
A few more like him, the Emmy would be ours, Frank.
Yeah.
It would be
That's
ours.
it. Yes.
So,
anyway,
back to people who really won an award.
Yeah. Well, Lecompton not only is historic, but they're along the river, and it is a recreational area, and that's where bald eagles also nest. So it's something else to go and see over in Lecompton.
There's so much, and now that they've got the restaurant open and the shops, and it's just. We cannot say enough good about Lecompton.
Yeah, the thing is, though, is I know I'm strange, but times that I go to visit Lecompton, I kind of look around and say, this could have been the capital of Kansas. And then you think, okay, so it's a very small town now, but what if the capital were over there? And I don't know. It's just my little strange mind that goes, I can't imagine, had this become the capital, what it would look like.
Yeah, and it almost was the capital.
Yes.
We are so proud of the folks in Lecompton. Let's take a look at what they've done.
The American Association for State and Local History has announced that Sandy Gantz, fourth grade teacher in the Perry-Lecompton School District, along with her school colleagues and Lecompton's museums, are the recipients of the prestigious Award of Merit for fourth graders' QR codes for historic Lecompton walking tour. Sandy received a grant from Thrivent Life Insurance Company and contacted Constitution Hall, operated by Kansas Historical Society, and the Territorial Capitol Museum, operated by the Lecompton Historical Society. At the beginning of the project, school buses took the students on a tour of the town with museum staff and volunteers providing the narration. The students explored and photographed the sites. 15 volunteers from the community were gathered to go to the school once a week for 6 weeks to help the kids do research on the 15 different sites to be included on the walking tour. The students with their community volunteers researched by interviewing locals, searching period newspapers, and reading articles. The students produced a 1 to 3 minute video on the history of their assigned site. They also designed artwork in the shape of quilt blocks to identify their site and put a QR code at each site so that visitors to the town could easily access the videos with their smartphones. The walking tour with a map and scavenger hunt was printed and distributed to local businesses. The grant Sandy received paid for the QR code signs and map printing. The project debuted in 2015 during Territorial Days, the town's yearly June celebration, when residents and visitors come to Lecompton for a parade, reenactments, festivities, and food. This year, the only award presented in Kansas was to our Lecompton project. Presentation of the awards will be made in Detroit, Michigan this September. Receiving the award for Lecompton will be Reverend Bob Doolin and his wife Arutha of Detroit. Reverend Doolin is a life member of the Lecompton Historical Society and a 1959 graduate of Lecompton High School. Brought to you in part by the 64th Annual Eskridge Labor Day Rodeo, September 3rd and 4th. Fort Wallace stood on the frontier in the midst of the Plains Indians Wars on a major stage route and rail line. Beside the 1865 stagecoach station, a modern museum with thousands of artifacts tell that story, like the fossil of a 40-foot plesiosaur is suspended from the ceiling. Located on Highway 40 midway between Hayes and Colorado Springs, the Fort Wallace Museum is as welcome a sight today as the fort itself in the 1860s. Discover the fighting sport in the West.